Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok now, so you can come and follow me there. I don't have a lot of followers on there, so if you've got questions or if you want to speak to me, now is the time to head over. Even though I'm someone that collects skincare, like I do love just buying skincare, seeing what's new, I do feel like there are a ton of unnecessary products out there, products that were made just to fulfill like the needs of a trend, and products that just don't make sense. So today I want to share some of the products that, in my opinion, you can just throw in the bin, or if you're in America, throw in the trash. It's the worst American accent. So before we get into it, as always, I have to say I'm no voice of authority when it comes to skincare. So if you love any of the products I'm going to talk about, or these products work for you, please continue to use them. The first product I want to talk about is kind of like a new addition to the skincare world. Well, relatively new. I guess I'm seeing them more and more, and that is makeup wipes with actives in them. So instantly, the sound of makeup wipes with actives for me is a bit like, why? Like, what? Why? So I was sent this link so many times via my Instagram DMs, and despite me thinking it was a virus, I opened it anyway because I couldn't quite believe what I was reading. This was a link to retinol wipes. Face wipes that claim to have retinol in them. Well, they do, but still. Well, actually, it's retinol palmitate, which apparently is a mix of Retinol and palmic acid. I don't know what that means. This has been shown to be a good antioxidant. But here's the thing, why do we dislike makeup wipes or wipes as a cleansing method? Number one, they're wasteful, like you throw them away, they don't biodegrade or anything. You can buy biodegradable ones, but still they are not an effective cleanse. All you're doing is moving your makeup, sunscreen, daily pollution, whatever. You're just moving it around your face. A lot of people see a makeup wipe as their first cleanse, and it's really not. So I feel like what these makeup wipes with actives in, I feel like what they're doing is glamorizing makeup wipes. People who already believe that makeup wipes are the best thing are going to look at these makeup wipes with actives and think, oh, I'm getting my vitamin C or I'm getting my retinol, when really you're not. In my opinion, there's just no way you're going to get any effects of the actives from here because hopefully you are washing your face properly after using these. In my opinion, this is a perfect example of a brand using a popular or trending or the latest, greatest ingredients in order to sell a product. The kind of brands that put like hyaluronic acid in every single step of their routine, the hyaluronic acid range, or this brand, the kind of brand that puts retinol in every stage of their skincare routine because it's something that sells, even if it doesn't make sense. And I feel like all that's doing is glamorizing face wipes and making them sound like they have more benefits than they actually do. It's also the same with these vitamin C wipes. I just honestly wish people would stop trying to tart up face wipes. There's that saying, isn't there? You can throw glitter on a piece of shit, but it's still a piece of shit. Speaking of glitter, let's move on to glitter masks. Glitter masks, in my opinion, are the worst. They're literally just a marketing gimmick. The glitter has no benefit whatsoever. It doesn't even have a sensorial property to it. All these glitter masks do is draw attention to the brand, and it looks good on Instagram if that's what you're into. I personally hate glitter. Like, remember the days when people would put like glitter and confetti in birthday cards and that shit would go everywhere? Hate it, and it stays around for years. Really dislike it. So glitter has no benefit, like I said. It has even less benefits than fragrance, which is literally just a sensorial experience. I guess you can look at it. It's rough. You can scratch your skin with glitter. A lot of these glitter masks have shapes in them, so hearts with that pointy edge, or stars. How do you make a star with your hand? With all those pointy edges. Back to the environmental issues, these are pieces of plastic. Sharp bits of plastic. And then you're just washing those down the drain for what? A cute selfie. It's a bit like... The majority of glitter masks are actually peel-off masks, which I don't like anyway. These peeling masks are basically an exfoliating step, and the cheaper they are, they tend to be a lot rougher on the skin. The cheaper the kind of adhesive, and the more they can actually damage your skin as well. Whilst they're not the worst, those videos of people like literally pulling them off their skin, I feel like they left them on for way longer than was intended. But yeah, I just don't see the point in them. So yes, peel-off masks are not for me, especially when they have glitter in. No benefit whatsoever. Let's just change that to peel-off masks in general. Like, just get rid of them. Speaking of gimmicky, let's talk about oxygen bubble masks. Oxygen masks aren't as useless really as peel-off masks. I feel like they're not as potentially harmful to the skin. And they're fun. If that's your thing again, like, is it fun? I don't know, it's just kind of messy to me. They are potentially useless in the way of how the brands advertise what they do compared to what they are actually capable of doing. So these oxygen bubble masks come in a sheet mask form. They also come in like just a tub of like almost like a clay mask. These were trending a while back, in particular Elizavecca's is it Elizavecca? Yeah, the Elizavecca pig bubble mask or something was trending because it foams up and makes you kind of look cute and puffy. But I personally didn't enjoy them. So there is some science behind this. Oxygen is actually used in labs and hospitals as a way of helping heal wounds, and it's also got some anti-aging benefits when used in the right amount, in a very particular amount. So when you're wearing these oxygen masks, you think, oh, it's bubbling, it's doing something. So these are often advertised as having anti-aging benefits, but some of them also have another benefit, which we'll come on to. So whilst the science is there, these at-home bubble masks may not actually be doing anything other than giving you a slight tickle. So, not unsurprisingly, I'm going to talk about Lab Muffin Beauty Science. It is at this moment in time, if you have not checked out Lab Muffin Beauty Science's channel, Michelle, stop this video. There's a link in the description. Go and subscribe to her channel. Actually, I'll put her little link up there. Leave this video, go and watch her now. You have to subscribe. But to kind of round up her studies in my own words, which probably isn't the best thing to do, Michelle does say that there aren't really any studies that prove these oxygen masks has any healing or anti-aging properties, the home ones, in the same way that oxygen is used in hospitals and labs. However, those little bubbles may help remove excess dirt and excess oils, so there is a potential plus to these masks. But I feel like many other products can do this with less mess. Those are my words, not Michelle's. But yeah, it's just a bit like, I'm not really into wash-off masks at the moment. I think that's what it is. It's just like a lot of time. And when you're using a sheet mask, the last thing you want to be doing is washing off bubbles. I feel like a sheet mask is a way to mask without having to go to the sink a million times, you know? So it really does depend. These masks are fun, I guess, but I'm just a grumpy old man now who has a limited amount of fun a day, 1 hour of fun a day. A mask doesn't come into that. An oxygen mask doesn't come into that. Moving on to something that is potentially good at clearing out those pores, and those are nose pore strips. Now, these things aren't the worst. They're not the worst, but they also aren't the best. They're going to remove all those sebaceous filaments, not all of them, the majority of them, the big ones that you can see, as well as those tiny little hairs that you get on your nose, which I'm sure a lot of people mistake for blackheads. However, these do bother my skin. I used to use some gentle ones that didn't remove everything. So I'd look at my nose and feel a little bit disappointed after. So I found like PORE, Super Strength, you know, and loads of brands are making them stronger and stronger. And it's because of these stronger ones that I'm always left with a red mark. You can literally see where the strip was and where I've taken it off, and my skin does look irritated. Like, what's the point of removing all that gunk if I'm literally just going to be left with a red irritated nose, you know? But these are like the super strong nose pore strips. I just don't feel as necessary. If you're using like lighter ones, any other ones that don't say super strong or like vacuum or have a picture of an elephant on the front, you know, you know, have you seen them? I feel like the gentler ones work just fine. I personally really like these ones from Peace Out. They're like the nose pore strips. It's like a giant pimple patch for your nose. Not sponsored, I just really like them. So they work like a nose pore strip, but slowly overnight, taking out all that gunk, and you do wake up with almost a poreless looking nose. Obviously, they're not going to rip out those little hairs, but you can just pluck those out if you've got a lot. They're microscopic. Like, no, can we just talk about pores and things like microscopic hairs? No one's standing that close for you to be able to see them. I know, like, a lot of times I've used like a magnifying mirror. I've gone right up to the mirror and be like, oh, look at all those pores. No one can see your pores from that far away. So, you know, if you can't see mine from here and I can't see yours from here, don't worry about it. This one time I was just discovering like BHAs and AHAs. I was using the CosRX Blackhead Power Liquid. And then I moved on to like a real BHA. I can't remember the brand. It was an English brand. It was like a BHA toner. So I thought what I could do is use one of these really super strong nose pore strips and then use a BHA over the top to really, really clear out those pores. Obviously, this was the worst thing to do. It stung. My nose was red for the longest time, for a couple weeks. And this is because I had pretty much exfoliated my nose with that nose pore strip and then put over an exfoliating acid. My skin was irritated and I put an acid on it. It was the worst thing. Never do it. It was the worst idea ever. Oh, this is one I don't have any notes on, but can we just talk about tanning oils with low factors? There's no point. That factor is useless. So I saw like, was it like Hawaiian Tropic or something? Like tanning oil, factor 2. There's no point in using a tanning oil with sun protection factor in. It's useless. There's absolutely no point whatsoever. I feel like it lures the consumer into like a what's the word? An almost fake sense of security, fake sun protection. It's just that there's no point in it. It just baffles me. You can still tan through sunscreen. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't realize. I think they think if they're covered in sunscreen, they're not going to get a glow. You will, and it'll be a nice gradual tan. No tan is a healthy tan, but you can still catch some sun rays through sunscreen. I'd rather people who are going to tan, because people do it anyway, wear sunscreen than a tanning oil with a low fat. It just doesn't make sense to me. Carrot oil. Carrot oil doesn't have any SPF in it. Coconut oil does not have SPF in it. That's one thing I've seen on Pinterest recently. It's just awful. It's awful. Just wear sunscreen. Okay. So let me know if you love or swear by any of these products. I still use nose pore strips sometimes. I just be very, very gentle nowadays and don't go for those super gluey kind of ones. Let me know other products that you think belong in the garbage. But that's it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.